There we go. Gotta hold that the right way. Hello, all you beautiful shining people. We're off here in Apsley doing some solar work. So today we are going to hook up this beautiful array. Focus, you thing. This is a really wicked little solar array. This is worth about 260 watts per panel, so I think that's 1400 watts, roughly. Beautiful cedar racking for this. And I learned something today. So he used a torch to burn the surface of it. Apparently this is a Japanese technique. When you burn the surface, it will help preserve the wood. So this is cedar rail, which already lasts a very long time outdoors. So yeah, the output of this array, once it's assembled, will be about 120 volts, 260 watts per panel. And we're running it back high voltage through this number 8 back to the power shack. And so it's going to be a nice little project. I'm very excited about this, getting this online. Let's take a look what kind of panels these are too, because you're probably curious about that. Let's see here. There we go, Jinko Solar. These will kill you. Cool. That's what we're up to today, folks. Alright, this is the kind of work that Sarah loves to do. So we've got our Tech 4.8 or 8.4, whatever. And make sure that this is properly seated on the forest floor here. We want to make sure that when it settles, it's nice and flat. So we've got lots of slack here because this will have to settle into the undergrowth. So we've got to get it under these logs and get it under the scrub. So move that log out of the way, put it underneath, put all the scrub on top, and eventually it'll bury itself right into the forest floor. When it does that, it'll disappear forever. And we only need to resurface it once it inevitably wears through. But you want to make sure that she's nice and sloppy on the floor here, so that she sinks and buries. Okay. Lots of poison ivy and ferns and all sorts of fun stuff. There we go. I got a little bit of slack at the other side, and she's flat almost the whole way now.
Okay. You just run it on the top area?
Yeah, the idea is you run everything, you run it on the bottom, and it'll take care of itself. Yeah, right. It'll eventually disappear under the litter. But two years worth of leaves and she'll be gone.
It's gonna flag it anyway.
Not a bad idea. You can make a walking path over top of it too. There we go. Yeah, this was just the perfect length. So I'll probably cut it off right about there. That'll give us enough room to get it into the shack comfortably. I'll come in here and bring it up into the charge controller. Yeah, that's more than enough. Alright, so because we have 4 conductors here, why would we be wasteful and tie 2 off? We're going to bridge these. We're going to put 2 and 2 together like so we can increase the amount of conductor here. That'll be really good because that'll get us some more current, less loss across this 200-foot line back to the solar panels. It'll work really good. Put our fitting on here now. There we go. Yep. Okay. I'm going to tighten this guy up with the compression fitting. So. There we go. She's nice and tight. Watertight. Wicked. And away we go. We're on to the next little step here, I should mention, and that's we're installing a Delta LA 602 DC. And so this is good for up to 600 volts. We're running 120, so she'll be good. This is a lightning arrestor. The concept of this is it's loaded with a very large MOV. The Midnight Solars are a bit better, but these guys are definitely adequate. The idea here is that we're going to run this to where the PV comes in. So our red's going to go here, our black is going to go here, and then the ground is going to go onto Earth. and then that'll ensure that it catches any transients that come up from the line from the field where the solar panels are. There we go. I think I can lock this. There we go. I want my auto on. So that'll protect this. There's going to be a second one. I don't have a second one today, but there's going to be a second one down at the solar array as well to protect this. So, yeah, that's that. All right, more excitement. So, we've got this all fit in now. So you can see I'm trying to keep the wires dressed. You don't make them tight. You want a little bit of loops in here. You want a little bit of extra so that things will move around. And see, so what I've done here is I've lifted these guys, the hard wire, bringing the lights down below, and they're going. I would bend these at perfect 90s to make it like very pro and nice, but the problem here is that it's a very tight working space with some heavy gauge cable in it. You also want to make sure that you be mindful of this. You can see if I focus, there's a red wire there, but it's a flat, so we're just going to push those wires out of the way so that when the bolt goes through, it doesn't hit it. So this is our array input. The PV comes in, the solar solar lightning arrestor is connected into the charge controller, goes up here to the terminal, so it's arresting at the PV in to ground. Now you see what I just did there, by the way? I should mention this. This isn't live yet, but what I just did there could kill you. There's 120 volts here, or at least damage your fingers, because 120 volts DC isn't forgiving, but the array isn't even connected at all. It's all moretted off down below, but if you made that mistake, you could have fucked up. So I could have just really fucked myself up, but I am complacent, which means that could lead to a potential disaster. So I now have to make note of that behavior and fix that. So online troubleshooting. But yeah, there we go. The lightning arrestor rated for 600 volts on a 120 volt feeder, and there you go. As you can see, we have the two outside panels joined, and the middle is broken. Why is that? We will not join these two wires until the array is connected to the charge controller, because we have high voltage DC going through here. So to keep it safe, we plug in the center at the very end. We're going to connect these. Now, there's a reason why these connectors look the way they do. So if you look, let me see here. You'll see that the actual contact is recessed. They do that with high voltage connectors. So this is actually going to be safely tucked in before the actual contact is made to ensure that there's no arcing and no sparky spark or, you know, zappy zap. So we're going to put these guys together. I'm going to click them together quickly. Okay. There we go. Now I can lock it, and locked, loaded, safe, and we're producing power. So, because we're working with high voltage, I want to show you guys something. See how I still have these wires broken while I'm working over here? There's a very important reason for that I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to fasten these partially. So this is not locked, but it's closed. So let's try something here. I want to show you exactly how dangerous solar can be. And this is not to say, hey guys, you know, that you can actually kill yourself, so I don't want you to do that. That's why I'm doing this demonstration right now. Because a lot of people don't realize how much potential energy there is here. Oh, it's just sun. It's not that dangerous. Just two wires there, watch this. I've got these are rated for 600 volts. We're working with 120. We're not going to complete the circuit, right? But we're going to do this. See how dangerous that is? There you go. That's why you've got to be careful and not close the circuit until you're actually done with your wiring. Otherwise, that could explode your heart. We are done. This guy is, it needs to be tilted back a little bit, but the client's going to take care of that, no problem. We've got the slack line here. He's going to be doing the ground and the cleanup. This is essentially, it's fully operational. All of our lines tied. We're running 120 volts back to the power plant up top. We're going to go check that and see what our yield is now. So here we go. Hello, this is what we call a patch. So anyway, to end the video off, yes, we checked the yield on the solar station and we were getting about 160 watts. That's it, because it was a fairly overcast day, not unlike today, because this is the chain of weather that's been rolling through the region, and we are in a K zone. So, you know, when we get weather like this, it's kind of grumpy. But anyway, once the plant was loaded, we were seeing about 121 volts up to the charge controller at about, yeah, 120, 160 watts. So Not much, but on a nice day, we'll see it go up. And actually, I'll get the client to post some pictures of that. But if it happens, it happens. It doesn't. Either way. Thanks, guys, for liking and subscribing and joining the channel. Thanks to all of our Patreons. This was just something new I'm going to start doing, is little vlogs to toss in there to kind of flesh things out, because I'm sure you guys are curious about what I do when I'm not making videos. Because as you know, I'm a consultant, an engineer, and a general on-site technician. So lots of things that I do. So I do interesting things. I'm going to film them more and more and try to post them out there. This is hopefully not the last of them, but hey, I'm always trying things and flesh things out a bit. So anyway, thanks again, guys. Ciao.